hope you're all doing well. This is Wanjiro from Kenya to Japan, and in this channel, I get to share with you my journey working as an English teacher in Japan, and I get to also prepare those who are planning to do the same, move to Japan and teach, or maybe do some work in other sectors or even travel. So I'm here to really guide you and to help just help you answer the questions. And today I'll be helping you pack the bags. Yes, if you're coming actually for a long time in Japan to work, it's very good to be really informed about what do you need to pack. Yes, and what should you not pack. Yes. So first and foremost, now let's talk about packing. Before even we go to that, one thing you need is a very good bag. You need a very, very good travel bag. I had a very bad experience when coming here because my bag broke down, and that was really hard to push the bags because the little what do you call them, the tires, what do you call them? I hope so. So one of them broke down, and it was such a struggle. I think one or two of them. And you can imagine you have like the biggest bags. It's 23 kgs? Yes. And you have two of them, and then you have the carry-on and all that. So it was really a struggle. So you really need to invest in a very good bag. And the good thing, if you invest in a good bag, then it gives you like really good service and you can stay with it for a long time. So that's very good and worth noting, guys. Yes, so please invest in a good bag. So now that's very important. So today I want to just help you pack. And first of all, I'm going to talk about what to pack and what you should actually not pack, because you probably find it here, and that's very important. So you're going to look at this in different sections. So first is I'll talk about the documents you need to ensure you pack. The clothes, yes, that's important. Your hair and body products, and also electronics, yeah, and also food. Yeah, some of the food probably you may need to pack, and also things that represent your country. Yes, and also let's talk about what not to bring. Yeah, that's very important. Okay, now before we continue, I kindly ask you to subscribe and like. That really helps me grow this little channel, and that's the best way to actually support me. So please subscribe and like. Thank you very much. Okay, now first let's talk about the documents. Yes, so one of the things that I have actually realized is that having a driver's license is very important as you apply for your job in Japan. You find this in almost all your interviews. You find they'll ask you, do you have a driver's license? So that means having a driver's license kind of gives you a plus. And especially because if you're going to be placed in more of the countryside cities, you probably need to, driving really makes so much sense if you're living if you're going to be working in the countryside. So that's really important. So if you're able to really get your driver's license before you even apply for that job, very important. So that's worth noting. So that's one of the documents you'll need to pack. Of course, also ensure that you have your passport, very important, and your visa, and also your vaccination certificates and all that. So actually just make sure please check and pre-check documents. Please do your research about what the company requires you to bring. Of course, they will tell you. This is the list of things you need to bring. Also check the embassy. Of course, when you're going for your visa, they will require you to bring this and this. And also ensure you check the connecting flight. The flight usually tells you this is what is required, but sometimes they don't tell you, but just check. For example, I had a connection. I was supposed to connect from Kenya to Doha, from Doha to Thailand, that's Bangkok, and then Bangkok to Japan. But Bangkok required me to have a health insurance. I mean, Doha, Kenya, Japan did not need that. And I was not going to Thailand for anything, just connecting to my flight from there to here. But that was I was told at the airport, you can't travel without it. And I had to really make so many calls to get it, otherwise I was going to miss my flight. So please check. And I always advise people, if you're going to take such a trip, it's good to really have travel agent, because they're able to check these things for you. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, I mean, to just avoid some risks like that of missing a flight. So it's very important. Check, check, check. That's important. Okay, but of course, don't forget your driver's license. Actually, I realized that most of the companies, most of the recruiters, when they are interviewing, they ask you, do you have a driver's license? And this is actually because if you're going to be placed in a countryside, probably it's going to be a bit of remote, so you probably need to be able to drive. So please get your driver's license, and also check before you go for the to get the international driver's license. Please check if it's accepted, if your country's international license is accepted in Japan. Because, for example, Kenya, the international driver's license you get from AAR is not recognized. So you actually are going to waste your money if you go for that. But bring your Kenyan driver's license. Make sure it's renewed. This is important, because they don't accept the old version. Yeah, make sure you get the new generation one. So please get it. And because when you come here now, you can actually change it. But of course, you have to do the driving test. So you change it and get the Japanese one. But please, it's very, very important. And make sure it's renewed. Make sure you renew. Yeah, and keep the receipts. Please bring your receipts. I can't emphasize this much, because what I had to go through. Please ensure you get the receipt. If you can get the receipt from driving school, if you can get the receipt for renewing all the times you've renewed your driver's license, please bring that, because they're gonna ask for that. Of course, don't forget your passport, don't forget your visa, and all the other documents. So also check, what the company requires, and of course, what also you will need for your travel. Now, that's important. So, okay, now let's move on. After the documents, you need clothes. Okay, now let's talk about clothes. So, remember, Japan has 4 seasons. This is very important. And they have summer, winter, autumn, spring. And actually, right now, it's autumn. And, well, I've never experienced autumn, actually. And it's so interesting. Some days it's 10 degrees. Then the next day, like today, it can be 10 degrees and we are freezing. And tomorrow, it's going to be 28 degrees. And I'm like, okay, weather god moods. Yeah, like the weather here wakes up and decides today. Okay. Yeah. So it's really up and down, up and down. Yeah. So the thing is that when I came to Japan, I brought so many summer clothes, because Kenya is mostly summer. We only have like July is cold, but the other times it's really, so we don't really have those warm clothes, but it's autumn and I've been freezing. And I remember when I came, it was spring and it was really cold still, so I needed warm clothes. And what I brought here for winter is actually not for winter. It is for, I survived with that in spring, and now in autumn I had to really go shopping and buy other stuff. So yeah, so I think okay, let me just say this. For the winter clothes, bring warm stuff. Pull necks, those are very important. Bring warm socks, bring your stockings, but don't overdo it, because the good thing is you can find those things here, but it depends on your size. So if you're like a little bit bigger, because Japanese people are really small, so if you're a little bit well, you know yourself, but if you're a little bit bigger, you might struggle to find really things your size. So please just watch out for that, and just make sure you shop for your big stuff, and but make sure you get like those things that will really keep you warm. Yeah, anyway, now that's it for winter. And yeah, you can get stuff. Actually, I have gotten a lot of things here. I thought I can't get things that will fit me, but I have. But of course, please check your size, and of course you can buy also from Amazon, but of course the shipping fee is so expensive, so unless you're now willing to do that. Now first, your office clothes, very important, because as a teacher you're required to dress up officially. You need to look official, so make sure you get your office, you don't really have to get a suit, but you can do mix and match. Get a nice jacket and pants, and because what I usually say is get black and maybe blue and maybe gray, and then you can do the mixing and matching. Yeah, so that's probably something you can do. And then make sure you don't get a fit, make sure you get a little bit of an sizes that have allowance, because you find that you have to really layer, like wear layers when it's cold. So you want to wear something in, or when you wear some stockings or some tights inside when it's cold. So that's important. And then the other thing is shoes. Yeah, shoes. So getting a my shoe size here in Japan, I am actually Kenyan number 7. I don't know what that number is in Japan, but I see the Japanese number, is it 24.5, the last one for ladies. But so it can be a bit of a challenge. I struggle to get a nice shoe here like that fits me, but now I have, yeah, I've seen, you know, I got to learn places where you can find these things, so I kind of have found a lot of things. But if if you know your size is a little bit bigger, I would say number 7 is good, you can get, but from number 8 it can be tough. So please make sure you come with reasonable pairs. Yeah, and also as you do that, please get a boot because of the winter. Consider the winter, and please get the woolen one, the boot that is really not those fashionista ones. The winter, yeah, just check for a winter boot, check online for a winter boot, and please get one. And as you pack your shoes also, this is very worth noting. In Japan, you're gonna walk a lot. Yes, you will. So I would say, ladies, avoid the 6-inch, because I came here with I usually do 2-inch, but it's a struggle to wear them. I mostly do flats and or just do sneakers. Yeah, because the good thing is you can do sneakers sometimes. So please don't pack heels, because you're gonna struggle with walking. Yeah, so just look for shoes that are comfortable. You can have a heel, maybe one, for those days you know you want to go somewhere or something. But yeah, consider your work, because that's the very important one, and that's where you're gonna go every day. Yeah, so that's important. And then of course I said pull necks, warm jackets. And then ladies, please bring your bras, because if you're blessed like me, you might struggle to find like your size, your cup size. So please bring a couple. Yeah, so that at least before you're able to find your way and find your size, then you can at least have something. Yeah, okay, so that's it for shoes. Now let's go to next one, is hair and body products. Okay, so this is also a good one, because ladies, okay, especially ladies, now the thing is finding an African salon here, it's okay, you can find, but it's gonna be expensive and it's gonna be far. Yeah, because of course you find 1 or 2, 3 people who can do African hair, but it's gonna be far and expensive. Yeah, and there are not many. I don't know about haircut for men. I don't know if they can be able to do your haircut. But of course I think so. I see the men who are here, they're able to, you know, do their hair, do their cuts. So maybe you might, for men, might be able to actually do their hair. But for us ladies, so I'll tell you what I do. Personally, I came with wigs. I had prepared myself. I kind of knew it's hard to find salons, so I brought wigs. So I have this one, which I mostly wear on the weekends, but I also have the other wigs, like the braided wig and the twisted wig that I wear during the week for school. Yeah, so, and it's also good to have a couple, because, you know, sometimes I find that they wear out. Yeah, but the good thing is, well, come prepared. I say 3 or 2 at most. They're going to serve you. Consider something that will serve you for the next 1 year before you're able to actually, you know, have some money and be able to buy online, or whenever you go back home or send someone. Yeah, and then also apart from that, Please bring your makeup, ladies, because you're gonna be you'll not find your um, foundation. Yes, it's gonna be hard to find your foundation. You'll find that on Amazon, but of course you pay a lot to ship it here. So please bring your foundation. Other things you can get like mascara, um, you know, eye pencil and all that. But I actually brought a bunch of eye pencils for me because I love my number 18. Yes. And then of course, hair products. Please bring your hair products, but you can find shampoo here. I found shampoo, so I actually use that. I brought shampoo, but I was like, okay, I didn't have to bring it because they have really good shampoo here. They have mask for clean and facial cleansers. They're really good. So, and actually they're good and they don't like whiten. They don't whiten, so that's good. So they don't like, because I know most of them, especially in Vietnam, I've struggled to find even soap because it was whitening everything, even lotion. But the ones here in Japan, they're really good. Then apart from that, probably what you might have to bring is a gel, yeah, for when you have done your braids and probably, or you want to do a style and just free your hair. So that's important. And conditioner, yes, maybe the conditioner like Cantu is, it's hard to find it here. Of course, you would have to buy on Amazon. But yeah, if you're able to bring at least some to really start you off. And then I think that's all. Yeah, the others you can really easily find here. Now, but this is what I'd like to say for this part. Ladies, this is for you. Now, it's very important for you to be able to, you know, in Africa, we have, especially in Kenya, we have salons. So actually, if you want to undo your hair, you can go to a salon and then, you know, just sit and they'll undo your hair, wash and just blow dry. But here, nobody is gonna do that for you. So what I advise is please try to learn how to, of course, undoing is easy. Learn how to blow dry your hair. Learn how to do little cornrows or matutas, because for your wig you really need to be able to do that, and you need to be able to learn how to clean your hair and all that. So those are really little skills that will really save you a lot. And please also bring your braids. If you're able to braid your hair, or if you find someone to braid you, you can bring some braids. Yeah, yeah, I think that's very important because I've had to personally learn the hard way, but I've learned to do my cornrows, and that really goes a long way. So that's important. That's important. And guys, YouTube is here to help us. Thank you. Okay, now let's move on. So let's talk about electronics. Yeah, so first of all, it's very important to bring an unlocked phone, because I came with my Samsung and it was locked. So I was told it can't work in Japan. I couldn't understand what this meant, but yeah, that's very important. It has to be unlocked. So please check your phone, and also please bring adapter. Now this is the adapter. This is how the Japanese chargers and everything looks like. So I had to buy this online because my laptop, yeah, you know, Kenya is like this, but Japan is like this. So I had to buy this one. So if you're able to find it in Kenya, buy it prior to coming here. It's very important. It's going to save you, especially for your phone if you're using a different charger, and especially if you have a laptop and it's this kind here. So that's very important. But I have to mention that I found that actually phones in Japan are probably cheaper or not so very expensive, because I got my my phone for free, but I had to sign up to this company. So if you sign up to this mobile company, they give you a free phone. So I really don't understand how that works, but yeah, that's what happened to me. And yeah, it's good, it works, an iPhone. So yeah, but anyway, first of all, because once you come, you need to really have that SIM card, Japanese SIM card. So please check if your phone is unlocked. I think that's important. Yeah. Of course, before you are able even to buy another phone. Okay, now another thing that's worth noting, please, if you have a credit card, please bring it, because you find that if you're going to buy something online, you really need to use that. And also, if you're coming from Kenya, this is some little important advice. Please make sure you have your bank account, your bank account connected online, or and also have your please download your M-Pesa app and Safaricom app, because if you need to send money back home or send money to your account, then that's going to be very important. So if you're in Equity Bank, KCB, please have the app. Have the app. Have the app. What is this calling me? Okay, this is my friend. Sorry. Okay. So have your M-Pesa app, have your bank app, because it's going to be so easy for you to be able to do like money transfer and all that. Yeah. So that's very important. That's a detail that you probably would want to know, and please keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on to food. Yeah, let's talk about food. Now, once you come here, you're gonna love the food, sushi, ramen, and everything else. But at some point, you're gonna miss home and you're gonna miss food back home. Yes. So, what I did is I brought spices, tea masala, chicken masala, what else? Roiko, and yeah, all those nice spices that you when I miss pilau, I can do pilau, and when I miss my tea, I can have my tea. So those things are really important. So please pack, and also as you pack your food, yeah, and also lentils. I have struggled to find lentils here, which I didn't pack, and maize flour for ugali. If you can, bring a packet. And yeah, I mean, you know what you like, and you probably know what you might want to bring, so please do. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, of course, I've found that you can actually find some of these things here. There are Indian shops, there are shops, online shops you can be able to buy. Of course, too expensive. Yeah, so but that's just an idea. If you wish to, you can. I just brought spices. I didn't carry the flour and all that. But at some point I was missing ugali, and I have to my friend was really happy to give me, and I was so happy. Okay, good. Now, the other thing is, please bring things that represent your country. Now, please bring your Kenyan flag if you can, and bring some zebras with you, and bring some giraffes with you. Hello. Jumbo, jumbo. Okay, yeah. All right. Now, this is very important, because when I'm talking to my students, especially when I was introducing myself, I would tell my students a bit about Kenya. And, just having this, I'll tell them about, the big five are found in Kenya. And so that really helped me to be able to share about my culture. And of course, I'll let children touch and play with the giraffe, and they'll be really excited to hear all about it. So I think that's very important. And of course, please bring some gifts. Yeah, you're going to meet people. Oh, one thing about Japan is people are so friendly, and they are gifters. They love giving gifts. So we're going to get gifts from so many people. Once I came here, I had not even met a teacher who's my colleague, and she brought me a gift, and I was like, wow, I didn't even know you. But she's like, I knew you were coming, and I had to get you something. So luckily, I had brought some little key holders with a giraffe or something else, and I was able to give those gifts to my teachers. So yeah, I think you're gonna be able, if you're able to bring some, that's very important. Yeah. So I always recommend, like, buy the little gifts that are easy to carry, because again, remember, parking space. You have 2 bags, 23 kgs each, and your carry-on, which is about 7 to 10. So remember that. Put that in mind. Okay, now let's talk about what you shouldn't carry. Okay, now one thing to note is, don't bring drugs to Japan. And drugs is not just illegal drugs. Some over-the-counter drugs are not acceptable in Japan. Yeah, so please watch out for that. Check the website, check the embassy website, and things that are not allowed in Japan, because most of those drugs are not totally illegal, and you don't want to get caught up with that. So please check on that. And then I would also say, don't overdo your clothes. Don't overbring your clothes, yeah, because you find that have come to find that Japanese people have their own style. They have their own style of dressing, and I've had to, like, find myself going to the shop to buy some things, because I feel like, okay, maybe wearing these, like, clothes that are so tight, sometimes you find that they love wearing baggy stuff. And I was like, why do they have this? Why do they wear baggy stuff always? But yeah, you find that you want to be able to also, dress up respectfully. And actually, in Japan, people really dress up. They cover up. You don't show anything. They cover up. That's for sure. So make sure you don't bring things that show your cleavage. And if you have a tattoo, that's something else that's it's not acceptable. So make sure if you have like tattoo in your hands or somewhere, make sure you can be able to cover it up, because there's a whole story behind having a tattoo in Japan. So you don't wanna, be looked at negatively. And you probably hear this when you're doing your interview. They'll ask you, do you have a tattoo? Because that's like important. So, and then of course, things like oil, soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, you're going to be able to find them here. But if you can bring little packs for just for using for maybe the first month, yeah, I think you can be able to do that. Because remember, you don't have salary until the end of the month. Yes. Then what else? And yeah, I think that's all for what you shouldn't pack. I couldn't find anything else to pack. The thing is, for me, when I was coming, I overdid it, because you're like, you get into your room and you're like, okay, this is everything I have. And if you're a shopaholic, you'll be like, wow. And if you're actually a person who gets attached to things, oh, it's gonna be really hard. Because I remember, for me, I had to give away everything that I didn't pack. I give away. I just gave it all away. And some of those are things that I really loved and treasured. But I was like, you know what? It's time for change. It's time for a transition. And you know what? I'm not going to hold anything back, because I'm not going to wear those things. Why keep them? I had to give away a lot of those things. But yeah, please choose wisely what you pack. Don't overdo it. Yeah, like don't bring 20 pants and 20 tops. Yeah, just remember, every season requires you to change your clothes. Summer is behind us. I can no longer wear the summer clothes. So really choose wisely. And one thing I've realized, there's a second street here and they have really good clothes. Okay, this is a second hand, but really it's not second hand, it's a mutumba. Okay, it's like that one anyway. But they're really good clothes. And they're affordable, so you can be able to buy. And anyway, you can be able to find some of those things here. The problem usually is size. Yeah, if you're a bit oversized, you might struggle a little bit to find clothes. But if you're like normal size like me, or smaller or a little bigger, you can be able to find some of those things here. So don't overdo it. Save that space for the right things. Also, don't forget to bring your African outfit. Yay! So because you have occasions where you want to really show the part or side of your culture, because sharing your culture is one of the things you have to do as a teacher in Japan. So make sure you also bring some of the outfits. Of course, don't bring them all. I know we have so many vitenges, but don't bring them all. Just bring those that you're sure you can be able to wear in one or two occasions. So guys, this is it. I hope this is helpful for everyone who is planning to come to Japan, and I wish you the very best. I pray for God's blessings upon everybody. And yes, if you're coming to Japan, please let me know. And if you're coming to Chubu region, let's have coffee. Yes, please just let me know if you're coming to this region. It really helps to meet someone from home, and you're able to just talk, and yeah, just be able to tell you, oh, welcome to Japan, this is how you can find your way, and answer some of these questions, and just kind of help you to feel more settled. So yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, so thank you everybody. May God bless you all. God bless you so much, and all the best. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Okay, bye until next time.